Good afternoon. I am Rosita Martinez, Technical Coordinator of the Asphalt Emulsion Committee of the Mexican Asphalt Association. It is a great pleasure to be here and participate in this seminar celebrating 100 years of bitumen emulsion. I will present the history of bitumen emulsions applied in pavements in Mexico. Today I will talk about the history of the first production and application of emulsions in Mexico, the growth and evolution of the emulsions over the years, and the current and future challenges. According with the National Institute of Statistics and Geography, at the beginning of 1930, Mexico had 1,400 kilometers of highways, of which 256 kilometers corresponded to paved roads and 629 kilometers of dirt roads. The first application of asphalt emulsions were made between 1930s and 1935 on colonial roads in applications of gravel sand emulsions. However, at that time were reported long emulsion breaking times, which causes essential delays during construction. In the same period, the production of cutback started, and their use predominated for almost 30 years. In the 1960s, for the first time, auto transportation surpassed freight volume over railroads. Consequently, the press to increase investment in roads arises. During this period is when the first asphalt emulsion facility was installed in Mexico. Colas Company installed their first emulsion production plant in the southwest of Mexico. The first production of cationic asphalt emulsion in Mexico were in 1960. Since 1960, the knowledge of asphalt emulsions began to grow among pavement engineers due to the technology transfer from France to Mexico. Subsequently, the Mexican government installed two emulsion production plants. By 1969, the Mexican government produced approximately 70,000 tons in these two emulsion plants. In 1988, the federal government needed more resources to expand the national road network and its maintenance. As a result, it established a regime of concession to private sector, granting benefits for 52 highways, around 5,000 kilometers of the national highway network. Between 1970 and 1975, the construction of highways experienced the greatest boom in its history, when more than 114,000 kilometers of roads were built. Consequently, private investment in emulsion plants began to grow, and by 1986, the production of bitumen emulsion was around 250,000 tons per year. The use of emulsions, hot asphalt or cutback, was allowed according to the application as shown in the table 2. The asphalt emulsion produced since 1980 were mainly cationic, fast and slow set breaking. However, the safety problems associated with the use of cutback as compared to the lower emission, better safety condition, and versatility in using emulsions caused the gradual discontinuation of cutbacks in the country. The growth in the production and use of polymer-modified asphalt emulsions began in Mexico in the late 1990s. Since this year, polymer-modified emulsions and the arrival of more sophisticated application equipment have increased the use of surface treatment like chip seals and slurry seals. Currently, bitumen emulsions are produced in over 100 facilities nationwide. In Mexico in 2020, were made around 416 tons of asphalt emulsions. It is estimated that more than 30% of the emulsion produced in Mexico in 2020 were polymer modified. Although polymer modified emulsion have been used since the 1990s in various applications, the Mexican emulsion standard did not include the multiple types used until 2020. This new standard also contains trackless emulsion for top coat and a specific type of prime coat emulsion. The application of bitumen emulsion in Mexico includes prime coat, top coat, and fox seal. The development of emulsion that could penetrate the base or sub-base layer of the pavement allowed the elimination of cutbacks. Polymer modified emulsion are used for that coat when synchronized equipment is available that can apply the asphalt emulsion and the mix in the same pass. Also, conventional fast-breaking emulsion or trackless emulsion are used. Fox seal emulsions are generally used in Mexico to improve the appearance of the pavement surface and to seal minor cracks. This type of emulsion has particular specifications not included in the Mexican standard. Many emulsions produced in Mexico are used in surface treatment such as chip seal and microsurfacing. In general, these applications are performed using polymer modified emulsions. Recently, with the introduction of emulsions modified with high polymer contents, ultra-thin layers of gut-graded radiation have been applied. The scrub seal system has also been successfully applied as an alternative solution to milling and resurfacing pavements. Other applications of emulsion are in cold in-place recycling, base stabilization, cold mix, and patch mix. Cold mixes have been limited to roads of medium to low traffic volume, especially in places of difficult access where the distance to transport the mix to the site are long or where the infrastructure to produce hot mixes is unavailable. On the other hand, the stabilization of bases with emulsion is little used, and the use of foam bitumen has predominated in recent years. Part of the efforts made in construction, rehabilitation, and maintenance of pavements is using recycling materials. In Mexico, recycling pavement asphalt wrap has been used not only in cold-in-place recycling, base stabilization, and patch mixes, but also in recent years has been applied in chip seals, microsurfacing, and gap-graded mixes. Several research projects are being carried out to increase the use of recycled materials and minimize waste. Universities and research institutes are developing innovative projects to incorporate waste material from other industries into pavements, or even the incorporation of materials that currently pollute our ecosystems and looking for solutions to minimize the environmental impact of road constructions. In the same sustainability approach to reduce energy and emissions, the first section of hardware mix technology to produce asphalt mixtures with wrap are expected to be completed in the following months. Thank you for attending this presentation and look forward to your questions and comments.